All right, well, since you watch the Kumia network more than I get a chance to.
Sure.
Maybe you've seen this, maybe you have not. I understand that they may have covered this on one of the Kumia related shows.
Okay.
Have you heard of a movement or a group now called the Proud Boys?
Oh yeah, it's Gavin McInnes's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about it?
I know that, like everything else, it's considered to be right-wing crazies. It's like the right-wing Antifa is the way it's kind of portrayed.
Okay.
But it is what it is. It's a bunch of guys that lean to the right that are willing to throw fucking hands.
Yeah, that's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah.
The Proud Boys, a right-wing men's group, is claiming a higher profile role in the region in the Northwest.
Okay.
With 2 members involved in a confrontation outside a Vancouver mall that raised concerns for some about a miscarriage of justice.
All right.
Michael Mosley walked out of the Vancouver mall and saw something that made him angry.
Okay.
A pickup truck flying what he says was a Donald Trump flag.
So?
Made him angry.
Fuck him.
So the African-American teenager yelled out an obscenity about Trump.
Okay.
So 2 men got out of the truck and they chased Mosley.
Okay.
One of them spinning him briefly to the ground.
All right.
A video posted online shows some of the May 11th confrontation and its aftermath, including Mosley being turned over by mall guards to police who arrested him. The man who grabbed Mosley was identified by the Clark County prosecuting attorney as Tuwistala. That's his first name.
Okay.
In parentheses, I guess his nickname is Tiny.
Okay.
Toese. Toese.
Tuwistana Toese?
Yes.
White guy?
Not quite.
No?
Nope.
Would that be the black gentleman in the discussion?
I would know the black kid or youth, or his name is what is his name? Michael Mosley.
All right, so who is Tuwistana again?
Well, we'll find out.
Okay.
Another man, Donovan Filippo, through a posting from his Facebook account, says he joined in the pursuit of Mosley.
Okay.
Both men describe themselves as members of Proud Boys, a right-wing fraternal group that says its members are Western chauvinists who refuse to apologize for creating the modern world. Its website lists 8 ways to save America. Among them, give everyone a gun, venerate the housewife, and shut down the government.
Wow. Okay.
Within the past year, the Proud Boys launched in 2016 by Gavin McInnes, the co-founder of Vice Media, has elevated its Pacific Northwest profile. Members are savvy users of social media and take part in a right-wing rally sponsored by Patriot Prayer, including one in February at the University of Washington in Seattle. They have been involved in scuffles with anti-fascists, that is the Antifa activists. Most recently, on June 30th, Patriot Prayer March in Portland that the police declared a riot after violence erupted between demonstrators and Antifa counter-protesters. During the Portland March, Antifa protesters tossed eggs, half-empty water bottles, and firecrackers at the members, according to the Oregonian.
Right.
Marchers used flagpoles to strike people, and some kicked and hit a man to the ground, according to David Newert, a Seattle-based journalist and an author who writes for the Southern Poverty Law Center. The Proud Boys conduct is raising concerns about the assaults and intimidations by a group that feels emboldened by the Trump presidency.
Gee, but they had no problem with the Antifa rise,
That's
right?
correct.
Wow.
Antifa,
Okay.
fine. Black Lives Matter, fine. Proud Boys, not good.
Right, of course.
Those concerns were outlined in a letter sent to the Clark County prosecutors on June 25th from the leaders of the Western States Center, a Portland-based nonprofit that works to promote racial, social, and economic justice.
Ugh, fuck off.
The Proud Boys have been involved in numerous violent incidences in Oregon, Washington, and across the country. Leaders and members regularly spread white nationalist memes making overtly bigoted statements, wrote the Western States Center executive director. Tawisi was under arrest at the time of the Portland rally, but he used a Facebook video to offer up praise for those who did attend. You guys delivered a message. Try to mess with my freedom and I will knock you to the ground.
All right.
Tawisi has merged as one of the most well-known Proud Boys in the region, a stalwart of patriot prayer rallies. In one video posted on his Facebook account, he drives around in an open-top vehicle flying an Antifa flag. Doesn't sound right, does it?
No.
I mean, if he's part of the Proud Boys, why is he flying an Antifa flag?
Unless he's doing it just to fuck with them.
I guess. With boasting an anti-gay slur scrawled across. Oh, I see what he did. He's got an Antifa flag, and it probably says something like faggots on it or something.
Right.
That's probably what it says. An anti-gay slur scrawled on it.
Right.
So he probably defaced it, and it's like, rubbing it in their face.
Right.
He says he is headed from Vancouver to Portland, a left-wing stronghold. Want some? Come get some. The Seattle Times was unable to reach Tawisi for a comment on the story. In videos posted in his Facebook account elsewhere online, Tawisi, who is American Samoan, portrays himself as a kind of freedom fighter, a person of color who is part of a besieged conservative minority in his region.
Okay.
At rallies, he is sometimes introduced to speak by Joey Gibson, the Southwest Washington-based founder of that group, who is running as a Republican this year for the U.S. Senate seat held by Senator Maria Cantwell, a Democrat from Washington.
Right.
In Seattle, he talked about what he says was his transformation from Trump hater to Trump supporter, a change he says was partly due to one of Gibson's online speeches.
Okay.
In connection with one of the Portland rallies, Tawisi was arrested in December of 2017 on investigation of disorderly conduct, harassment, and assault. He pleaded guilty to harassment and was sentenced to 40 hours of community service, according to the court records. On June 30th, before the start of the Patriot Prayer Rally, he was arrested as a result of a criminal investigation that dated the June 8th incident. On that afternoon in northeast Portland, Tawisi, 22, and Filippo, 23, were yelling a favorite slogan of President Trump, "Build the wall," while stopped in a truck at a traffic light, according to Tim Ludith, who was walking nearby. Ludith said he had protested Patriot prayer rallies and recognized Tawisi. He made clear to the men that he was no Trump fan, and he said, waving his hand in a dismissive gesture. Words were exchanged. Tawisi and Filippo got out of the truck. I was hit twice, and they split my lip pretty good, he said. It took 4 stitches. Days later, Ludith saw the video of the Vancouver Mall incident. When he learned from the Western States about the teenage Mosley getting charged, Ludith decided on June 12th to report his alleged assault to the Portland police and submit photos of his bloodied face.
Okay.
The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office is investigating the June 8th incident and has not yet decided whether to charge Tawisi and Filippo, according to Brent Weisberg, a spokesman for that office. The May 11 incident at the Vancouver Mall has not resulted in any charges against Tawisi. Mosley, the teenager he pursued, was held on several nights in a juvenile detention center as a threat to public safety. Some of the incidents are captured in the jumbled series of video clips shot by a friend of Mosley's There is talk about the Trump flag that flies from the truck, which is sometimes visible as a blurred image in the distance. The video is filled with frantic, often profane narratives from Mosley's friend. She posted it online, then the video clips spliced together and out of order were reposted on the right-wing YouTube channel, where they have been viewed more than 200,000 times.
Wow.
As the disturbance unfolded, mall security guards were in the parking lot as a man chased and accosted Mosley, who ended up on the ground, then quickly got back to his feet, the video shows. The security guards appeared to conclude that Mosley was the biggest problem. They pursued the teenager and eventually placed him in handcuffs, the video shows.
Now, Mosley is the Antifa kid, right?
Well, he was the kid who was yelling,
fuck Trump or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. A woman who appeared to have entered the fray to take Mosley's side also was handcuffed. J.B. Shute, the mall's general manager, said the security guards did their best to de-escalate the situation. Prosecutors charged Mosley with criminal trespass for allegedly refusing to leave the mall property, and 2 counts of third-degree assault for allegedly punching 2 mall security guards.
Oh.
Toisi was not named in the arresting officer's declaration. There was only a reference to an unknown citizen involved in the disturbance with Mosley, who was then 17 but has since turned 18.
Okay.
Mosley's case drew the attention of the Western State Center after the alleged assault by the Proud Boys. Security and law enforcement engaged on the side of the far-right actors rather than the youth of color that they targeted.
They didn't target him because of his color. They targeted him because he's running his fucking mouth.
That's basically it.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so tired of this nonsense, this whole... look, I know we joke about it a lot, but in reality, nobody's advocating for anybody to get their ass beat. But if you run your fucking mouth, you deal with the consequence that comes from that.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to be a soy boy fairy that just fucking takes it. Somebody's going to get mad and fucking cave your fucking face in.
Right.
So deal with it. That's it. Just fuck off. Whatever, man. I don't know. I hate people.
On June 29th, Golick did, they asked that Golick drop the felony charges against Mosley. On June 29th, Golick did. His officer explained the decision in the court filing as in the best interest of justice. His office also dropped charges that had been filed against the woman who intervened on Mosley's behalf. Golick, in an interview with the Seattle Times, said security guards' statements to the police were not consistent with what he saw in the video clips. Golick said that the case has been referred to the Vancouver city attorneys for a review of possible charges against Toisi. Mosley told the Seattle Times he was relieved that charges were dismissed. He wants to put the incident behind him and move on. I didn't know what to say about it. It was just random, Mosley said. I didn't know that they were part of anything, to be honest.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, well. You know what's the biggest shock of that whole story?
What's that?
The mall security actually did something. That's stunning. Mall security never does a goddamn thing.
Right.
You stand there.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Well, I agree. I mean, things are kind of tense out there, and if you're going to, as you say, run your mouth, you may run up against somebody who's not going to take too kindly about it. If this Trump flag made you angry, maybe you should just keep your anger to yourself and just move on.
How about just ignore it?
Yeah.
Just ignore it. Move on. That's what we used to do in the old days. If somebody pissed you off, you just ignored them. You just fucking shunned them. And eventually they went away.
Well, again, it's all this social justice warrior activism out there.
Right.
Just like Jessica and the pussy melter pedal.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to take issue with this.
Mm-hmm. I just fucking... I say it every week now. I just fucking hate people. I can't stand them. I can't stand what this country's become. I can't stand these movements. It's just pathetic. It really is. I wish there was somewhere else to go. I do. I wish there was somewhere else that this shit wasn't going on there too, but it seems like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is now.
Well, we've pointed this out before, but we're just becoming a nation of weak,
Pussies.
just pussies.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why all the outrage, over Trump when he steps up and basically tells things as they are.
Right.
And it's it hurt my feeling. He's a big meanie. He's a bully. Look at him.
Right.
But 30 years ago, maybe longer, there was a time when, people would look at that and go, yeah, you tell him, Mr. President.
Exactly.
Yeah, you step up there.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's, he's going to upset somebody. Look at him. He's upsetting people.
That's it. Well.
Scared and weak.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
I'm going, dude. I'm done.
Can't take it anymore?
My fucking back is killing.
All right.
I'm done. I hung as long as I could. And plus, Jackal says we're not being funny tonight.
Oh, we're not being funny.
So, fuck it. So we'll just end early. How's that?
All
Unless
right.
you want to stay for an hour.
No, there's nothing I can do on my own. So if
Fuck it,
you're out, we're done.
I'm out. And it's Jackal's fault. Blame him. Is that funny enough, motherfucker?
Yep. No Judge Aiken tonight.
No Judge Aiken.
All right. Well, we'll have to save it for next week.
That's right. Save it for the next week.
Yeah.
But yeah,
all
my
right.
back
Well, I hope your back, gets straightened out by next week.
Well, I'm trying, but 5 hours of sitting was not necessarily good.
Right. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up things a little early tonight. So all you metal maniacs, thanks for tuning in and all that. And hopefully we'll be back and we'll give you a full 6-hour show next week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, for the metal maniacs out there, I'm going to leave you with some Steel Razor from their Regeneration release. And we'll be back next Saturday. We'll do this all over again. So this is Neeley along with my very good friend
Chris Hagen.
And we're gone.
Bye, kids.